Welcome back to the channel. This is the Casuals. I'm Jin.
And I'm Saki.
And today's episode is Impractical Questions. We're finally back to our normal videos. It's been 3 weeks, I guess, counting each episode as the week. And we're finally going to get back into the groove of putting videos out. The stuff that we usually put out. And so we want to just get back right into Impractical Questions just because I'm very curious about the really messed up questions that you have in the future. So I'm trying to get this closer, you know? I really want to find out. I want to see if they make me question my sanity.
Well, I can tell you I see one that I saw from last time.
Oh boy. Without any further ado, let's get started.
All right. First question. How do we know that we're not artificial intelligence in a simulation?
Because we make dumb decisions. I feel like if you were truly like artificial intelligence, you wouldn't really want to make a dumb artificial intelligence like on purpose, right? And I feel like if we were artificial intelligence throughout the entirety of our existence, that'd be pretty impressive, to be honest, because man, we're good at being dumb. And I don't know if our creators are looking just like, I don't know how they lived for so long, but I'm gonna let them live and see where this goes. And all you see is just like a path of destruction awaiting for us, you know? But how do we truly know that we're not artificial intelligence? Honestly, I just feel like when you just see like genuinely like as a real answer, when you see dumb things happen, like, you know, silly dumb things, I feel like that can be an indicator of, you know, an artificial intelligence, because there's no calculation behind their, you know, their actions, if that makes sense. Because as currently the way it is, computers and AI, they're all powered, or they're all like driven by algorithms, like literal numbers being computed into a sequence that makes an action. I don't think, you know, so you could always expect some sort of logic or some sort of um, reasoning behind their actions, even if the outcome may say dumb, right? It's sort of like the computer chess. The computer chess will, like when you play against the CPU, they will always try making the best move possible. And I feel like that's kind of the same for AI. And as humans, even evidently myself, that's been shown, we just make dumb decisions without even any real logic behind it, or like our result is dumb, and the reasoning behind that result is also dumb, incredibly stupid, and doesn't make any sense. So I guess that's how you would tell we're not really AI. And if in the end we are, whoever programmed me, damn you for making me the way that I am.
Couldn't give me any like skill.
I'm just useless. That's what I am, dude. That's my designation, useless.
You're like the Rick and Morty little butter robot.
Yeah.
What is my purpose? You pass butter.
Oh
Oh
God.
my god.
So that's my answer.
All right. All right. Interesting answer. I guess we should move on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess our second question is, how can you drink a drink and not food a food?
Because damn, that is genuinely interesting. How like you could drink a drink, but you can't. But there's no word. There's no. It's not the same for food, where you can food a food. That's kind of interesting how that it came to be.
Right?
Yeah, that is interesting, huh? I guess they just had no. I guess because soup was already made by the time, they're like, well, what the fuck do we call it? I guess we call it something else. And they're like, oh, we don't have a word, so let's call it a drink.
Interesting.
Because they're like, you drink a soup, so what's this non-soup thing that's technically can be a soup, but we gotta distinguish it from a soup? Guess we gotta call it a drink.
Guess so. Huh. Interesting.
Although,
Really?
I wonder which came first, the soup or the drink?
It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Instead of the soup or the drink.
Yeah. Oh, I do have to bring up another one after that, but just remind me at the end of the episode. And in relation to this question, I'll ask you this question actually. But I guess, yeah, but for this topic, yeah, I genuinely could not think of any reason why eating became the verb for, consuming food, but drinking became the verb or the description or for an action of consuming drinks.
The world may never know.
Really, really may not never know, huh?
Guys, I don't. Yeah, I would. I don't know.
Imagine someone just like, yeah, Google search just told me in like 5 seconds. There's a whole origination behind that thing. I'm sure there is.
Well, sorry that we were not smart enough to use Google.
Which relates back to the previous question. I'm too dumb. My creator gave me restrictions.
And I only rolled ones. Can you imagine you roll dice to make your decisions in life and you literally only roll one?
Would you be considered the luckiest or unluckiest person by that point?
I would say unluckiest.
I guess so, huh?
You're like, maybe should I talk to this person? It could give me, potential like a really good job. Rolls a one. Just like chokes in front of the person.
Has a heart attack.
Yep.
Damn, that would suck, yeah. I guess that would be unlucky in that context.
Anyways, guess we can move on. What? Is it true that cannibals don't eat clowns because they taste funny?
Yes.
Yep.
The moment you become a clown, the moment you become the funny man, and when you become associated with the funny, you taste funny, and no one wants to taste the funny.
Nope. You do not want to taste the funny.
They start far away from the funny. That's why whenever there's a cannibal in the movie, their best move is literally dress up as a clown.
Does that mean Joker?
No, I think you have to be like the big red nose, the wig, the rainbow wig, the white, makeup.
Oh, like the original, like It clown or whatever?
Yeah, that kind of clown.
So, in case you were wondering, yes, clowns do taste funny.
100%.
I kind of wish I had like one of those little. I guess it's the noses they squeak and it goes.
Yeah, the little horn like.
That would have been a good moment to do that, but we don't have one, so.
And we'll be eaten by cannibals, unfortunately.
Yeah, because we don't taste funny.
Unfortunate.
I guess for the. I'm pretty sure someone gave me this question because there's no way I would ever think of this question because I'm too dumb.
Oh.
If we find the theory of everything, will science finally be finished?
No. I think there's so my legitimate answer is no, because even math right now, we believe math, us like most normal people, right? For us, math is completed, right? 1 + 1 = 2. That is, there's literally no denial, no way you can disprove that. In the current case right now, at the very least, 1 + 1 = 2, right? And those fundamentals build up to more complex, equations, but we can all trace it back to the fundamentals, and what we learn in school is pretty much, we believe in, right? I don't think I've ever seen someone in math class go, I don't believe this is correct. Like, this, they don't like they don't try and disprove that foundation or the equation because it's been proven over and over, time and again that it's right? That equation is correct.
Mm-hmm.
But there are apparently, I only learned this maybe a couple of years ago, that there are 11 math there are 11 fundamental laws of math, and there is, I believe, one flaw in math that they cannot explain. It works, but it's flawed by every means. Um, I'm forgetting who it was. Let me check. It's not Vsauce. What was it? Who was it? Oh, it's Veritasium. There's a fundamental flaw that there's fundamentals flaws that exist that cannot be explained, but they work. So by this, like, I guess logic, where we as normal people believe math to be like 100 absolute correct. In this case, it is still correct, still having flaws. Even if we discover everything, the theory of everything, I feel like there's still something where science is like, that doesn't make actually sense. We have to go find out what it is. Why is it so paradoxical,
I guess so, but I mean, you found everything though.
That is true. But
The question.
I wonder, I guess everything in this case would be literally everything, even the ones that we haven't even thought of up to this point, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Then in that case, I guess it would be complete, but it's hard to imagine. It's kind of like space where it's like just infinite.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what if there's infinite, theories or infinite, laws, rules, equations? That's kind of hard to imagine. We're at the point where we know literally everything.
I don't think that would ever happen, but
I guess if we knew everything, humans would just start playing around with planets at this point, right?
yeah, we would find some way to, I don't know, destroy everything.
Yeah, destroy everything, make, new galaxies or something, essentially play with the universe like it's toys.
Yeah.
So, I guess in your question though, yes, then science would be completed, but it's just genuinely so hard to imagine where we find everything, right? The theory of everything's completed.
Yeah. I don't think that will ever happen in anyone's lifetime because there's always going to be something new, right?
Yeah.
So I guess for the sake of the question, I would guess yes.
Yes.
But realistically, no.
Indeed.
Okay, this one is, oh, I didn't see this one. This one's kind of dark too.
Mm.
Uh, if a person with multiple personalities personality disorder threatens suicide, is that considered a hostage situation?
Yes.
I mean,
Technically, yes, because if
yeah,
there are truly multiple personalities and one is threatening suicide, the rest don't agree to it. That is holding them hostage.
I mean, yeah, I got no argument there.
Because the way I imagine multiple personalities is that there's in your head, there's a room with a table, and however many personalities is how many people there are. Let's just say 5, right? So there's 5 unique individual personalities there who are people in that sense that conflict with each other. They do not agree on the same things. They act differently. And so when one decides, I want to die, right? But the rest don't want to die, and they're doing everything they can to stay alive, but that one personality has that power to decide whether or not they live, or this body like a container lives, then yeah, you're holding them hostage because essentially, let's just say he has like a button where it explodes the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what's happening, right? He holds them hostage because he has the button to detonate the room, and they're all, they're bye bye if he hits the button.
True. True.
So in that same vein, yeah, he's holding them hostage. But then the answer is, what is the appropriate response?
You're holding yourself hostage, I guess.
Do you call the cops on him? He's like, he's holding himself hostage.
We have a hostage situation. Yeah, where is he? It's me.
Help! What do you mean?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the other me is holding me hostage.
Okay, how would you just even like explain that to someone?
I feel like at that point, like, you may not even come out alive because you're going crazy from already having multiple personalities, but two, you're desperately trying to live, or four other personalities are trying to live. One was trying to die, so you're already even more insane. And three, like, if someone does call the cops might just, be like, he's too crazy.
Throw him in a. Would you even go to a mental institution for that?
I think they have to by law. They're not allowed just to, like, throw them anywhere they want. They have to go to a mental institution first to be deemed whether or not they're mentally stable or unfit. I guess it's kind of the same thing where, like, if you are, like, in an accident or whatever, no one's allowed to declare you're dead until the medical staff arrives in order to determine what your actual status is. Even if your head's gone. Like, you know what I mean? They're not allowed to say you're officially dead until a medical personnel arrives and says he is dead.
Damn, that's crazy. It's literally you're just like limbs, like severed limbs.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't dead until I say he is. It's just like there's no head, there's no leg. He's missing an arm. Are you sure he's alive? He's alive or he's dead till I say he's dead.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
That'd suck. Your family. Can you imagine? Like it's a family or a friend. They want closure, but no medical person will say you're dead, declared dead.
Yeah. I wonder if
No.
there has been a case like that before.
I'm sure there has at least one, right?
Maybe one. Maybe in like maybe closer to like the when like what's it called? Maybe in like the 1800s or something.
Maybe, yeah.
That'd be crazy, yeah. I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
All right, I guess next question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather own a horse the size of a cat or a cat the size of a horse?
Horse size of a cat. Because the amount of fur that a cat of the size of a horse would shed would be absolutely insane.
True.
You would like by the time like within one day your entire floor would turn into a cat carpet.
Wouldn't have to buy carpet ever again.
And from my experiences with cat fur, I do not want them in my room. I would rather take a horse or cat-sized horse because at the very least you could keep them outside, right? And it's more feasible to take care of a smaller animal in both, I guess somewhat of an emotional way and also in a financial way. Dude, that cat would eat so much.
You're like, okay, you just bring it to like what are those called?
Fish markets?
Not a fish market, like the pier.
Uh-huh.
Bring it to a pier, be like, okay, go hunt for your breakfast or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You just let it go. Just watch it.
I can't even imagine they would do that because they don't like water most of the time.
Yeah, but don't some piers have like shops and stuff that's all like
Oh, I see what you. So you're just like, okay, go steal some food.
Yep, go steal food. I'm not willing to catch it, but I know you're willing to take it.
I think, yeah, the cat-sized horse would be better. Although the one thing I would not look towards is the poop.
Oh,
That would be
right.
horrible.
You need like a shovel, huh?
Yeah. But I'd imagine they're a lot easier to take care of overall just because you wouldn't need as much space to take care of them theoretically.
What, a horse-sized cat?
No, cat-sized horse.
Right. Right. Okay. Sorry. I'm like already confusing myself.
Yeah, I cannot imagine myself taking care of a horse-sized cat. That's just way too big. Hell no.
Okay. What if you could like choose the breed?
Even then, no, because in the end, right, it's still a horse-sized cat. Like it's as big as a horse.
I kind of want to see one.
I would run away. I would be like, yo, that cat could probably eat me. I ain't going near it. Dude, imagine its claws.
But can you imagine? It's still a cat, right?
Yeah?
Can you imagine you just like leave a cup of water or like you leave a glass still at like the end of a table, but instead it's like some massive like jug or whatever, and it's like a 10-gallon jug of water instead, and it just like knocks it over.
Dude. Oh
I
my
think that'd be.
god.
I think it'd be funny as fuck.
It would be funny, certainly. But everything after that is not the fun part, you know?
It's like I guess it's kind of like when you visit your friend's place because they have pets and you play with their pet, but you don't have a pet, but because you don't want to like clean up after it and stuff, so you
Yeah.
just go play with your friend's pet.
Yeah. Dude, there was a time where it was like that where I was like, I like your dog because like, I get to play with a dog for a bit and I don't have to worry about taking care of it.
Yeah. And whatever happens, if it vomits on the floor while it's playing with me, well, that's your problem.
Yeah. I guess the biggest factor in this case, right, for my decision is literally responsibility.
Okay, so you would rather have a horse-sized cat.
Cat-sized horse.
Cat's. God damn it.
I guess we could just say smaller horse and then refer the other one as bigger cat.
Okay. Big cat, small horse.
Yeah, I would rather have a small horse.
I think I'd have to go with the cat by default, just because one, I'm actually allergic to horses.
Oh, damn.
So, cat it is, I guess.
I guess if the cat allows you, you can ride it into the sunset.
True. I wouldn't need a car.
They'd be fast too, just prowling around roofs.
True. Yeah, yeah. I still think I'd go with the cat even if I wasn't allergic.
Oh my god. Freaking horse-sized cat and cat-sized horse.
Hmm.
It's like a tongue twister on its own.
All right. Next one. Next question. Oh, this is the really messed up one.
Mm-hmm.
Like worse than the multiple personality.
Oh.
Okay, here goes. If you donate money to the Make-A-Wish and the child unfortunately dies before their wish is made, should you get your money back?
Ooh.
It's so bad.
No.
No refund.
No refund. Because, well, I guess this is just in general, right? Where you are donating it. You're not paying for a service. You are, because the word donate means you're literally giving it up with no expectations to be given back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so even if that child dies, you still that money still does not diminish the cause of Make a Wish. So instead, it would just go to another child or towards another project that Make a Wish is working on, which overall still fulfills that kind of like idea or mantra, I guess, that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So no, you would not be entitled to a refund. Although I am 100% sure there has been a case where someone donates to Make a Wish for a kid, and that kid dies before it could be fulfilled, and they ask for a refund.
I would not doubt that someone's tried that.
People are shitty, and I have absolutely, yeah, as you said, no doubt that has happened before.
Okay, what if it wasn't a donation?
Then
Like you paid
that's
for that child's wish or something.
then I would say yes. And I don't think people would actually feel as bad because it's no longer a donation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you just paid specifically for that child and that child is no longer around to fulfill that payment or fulfill whatever your intent with that payment, then that payment is technically going nowhere because you paid it. It's no longer a donation towards a you're no longer giving it up, you were paying for it. So you have every right to ask for it back. And I don't think people would actually in my opinion, I don't think people would actually be angry with that. They'd be like, it's a little disturbing, but fair. They'd be like, fair enough.
All right.
And I would too. I would honestly like, as much as I would like dislike it, I'd be like, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess it is their money, and I guess if it's not a donation, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that was the last dark one for this
Hopefully,
episode.
no Make a Wish kid sees this and be like, what?
They get refunds. God.
I do not. I hope there's no comment. Just be like, "Hey guys, I'm a kid from the Make a Wish Foundation." I'll be like, "Oh no, we're so canceled."
I'd be like, before you cancel us, can you confirm? Can you at least confirm for us
So
what
that we
happened?
may accept our fates peacefully.
All right. Well, hopefully that's the last horrible question for today. This next one is, why is it that if someone yells duck, they're helping you, but if they yell chicken, they're insulting you?
Because back then, ducks were seen as luxurious goods. And so, therefore, chickens, which were inferior, are seen as cowardly when you're described by a bird.
And ducks are no, they're helping you.
Yes, because they're majestic.
Are they though?
No.
I was gonna say, are ducks that majestic though?
I I don't actually. This probably has to do with like a translation. I'm almost 100% sure that's what it is. Like it's some sort of translation that got mixed up or like moved around and then it ended up becoming duck.
Hmm.
I would have to think that's the way it is. Chicken is, I think, like it comes from a very distinct, history. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
clear reasoning why chicken became the word to describe cowardness. Um, but as for duck becoming a verb for, I guess, going lower and being seen as helpful when someone says duck, I feel like it has to be some sort of translation thing from another language to English.
I wouldn't doubt it. We have a lot of these random questions about verbiage and words.
The history of words, essentially.
Yeah.
English would be if there was a test on this, like what is the reasoning behind this? I think 90% of us would fail that test because there's so much shenanigans going on with the English language.
I think everyone would fail.
True.
Can you imagine there's no actually right answer, but they expect a right answer?
That reminds me of a test that, or not a test, but like some kind of mock exam of that happened before. Probably story for another time, but yeah, I imagine it's like that.
All right. No arguments here. I guess second to last one. Okay, I lied about the being messed up part.
No, no.
It's not that messed up, but it's a little bit, but it's kind of funny. Can a comedian bound to a wheelchair do stand up?
No, you're automatically disqualified. Oh my god. I'm sure there has been a stand-up comedian in a bound by a wheelchair that has made a joke about that before. There's
Oh, there has to be. If there's
there's
not, someone has to.
there's no doubt that there is a wheel-bound comedian that does stand-up for sure, and the chances of them not making that joke is almost zero.
Yeah.
That is messed up, but also pretty freaking hilarious.
That's why I was like, we're not done with messed up, but it's at least funny.
And I guess in the nature of comedians, I guess it's kind of appropriate to make that joke. Or ask that question, rather.
I think it's appropriate for them to make that joke.
As if we have the pass. Us able-bodied humans.
Yeah, I don't think we can use that joke, but they definitely should.
100%.
All right. Here is the last question.
Mm-hmm.
This one I think you could relate to. If crime doesn't pay, does that mean my job's a crime?
No. Well, real answer, yes, but funny answer is no, because if you're not paid, then why do it? You're just being robbed in both ways.
True.
But I'm
I
sure
mean,
in real... Uh-huh.
I could say for us, we're definitely not paid enough.
We're being robbed actively.
It's like working for Mr. Krabs at the Krusty Krab. You pay him to work there.
Dude, there are so many things. There's so many examples of that. It's kind of insane. Job market is... The state of jobs right now it's really rough. I'm sure many people can relate to that. We're still kind of fortunate that we have our jobs in this way.
Yes, very fortunate.
To be fairly honest, as much as we would like to complain, we're much better off than most people out there.
Yeah. At least we have a job and like a roof over our heads and food on the table and stuff.
Yeah. Can't really
Not everyone can say they have that.
Yeah. But indeed, to answer your question, it would not be a crime. Let's be devious for once. Cops, if you're listening to this, I plead not guilty.
For now.
For now. So that was the end of the questions, right?
Yep, that was number 10.
So going back to that question I wanted to ask you. And this is not like a, trick question or anything. It's just a genuine question because I remember seeing this pop up before. Where do you think the word Earth originated? Or rather, when do you think Earth became the official description for our planet? Or name for our planet?
Oh, geez. That's a good one. I guess maybe when... Do you think I would think it would be like when we were like discovering planets and like naming them. I'd probably assume they're like, oh yeah, what about our planet?
Yeah, apparently that could be one of the assumptions, but apparently there is actual no answer. We don't fucking know. It just started being called Earth.
Really?
Yes. There is no clear pinpoint as to where Earth people started calling Earth. It just sort of happened.
That's actually interesting.
But the earliest one we could trace back in terms of the terminology of Earth being used is back to the Greeks. I'm forgetting who specifically, but they said, you know, our planet Earth. But it was never like an agreed thing where they would from now on call it Earth. It's just that's where the first record appeared of it being called Earth. But no one knows when, how, where it started being widely called Earth. It just happened.
That is actually very interesting.
And some people may argue, well, this time period, it's like, well, no, you can't concretely say that it started there because there are past records of it even being said. So, like, there's no, like, there's literally no starting point of it being widespread use. It just, yeah, appeared. Which is kind of crazy to think about it. Because, like, you don't think about it. Why is it called Earth?
It just is, and that's what we go off with.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to come up with a different name. Be like, yeah, it was never like claimed that it was called Earth. So,
But crazy thing, man. I only learned that recently.
shoot, that
And
was very.
I never thought about it either until I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I can't. There was no discussion ever in my life where it's like, when was Earth started calling Earth, you know?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there was ever a discussion like that for me either, at least.
If anyone ever had that discussion in school, let me know, because,
You went to a
yeah.
very superior school.
You went to philosophy school, that's what happened.
Oh,
Uh, I leave this question to the audience too. May you find the answer, so that I may, bask in the glory of knowing the true answer, which will probably never be found.
yep. It'll just be a lost thought.
Yep. Anyways, it's good to be back to our normal, I guess, groove of making these types of videos. Um, Hopefully, it's been a fun one after it's been a while. I know the last episode before we started our Japan series was the impractical question, so we're kind of like, you know, starting off our normal cycle with impractical question, kind of like a fun little cycle around. Um, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. So I'll be ending it here. So I'm Jin,
And I'm Saki.
and this is the Casuals, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.